In boxing, they say that styles make fights, and today in basketball, these two differing styles are going to make for a great basketball game here. Welcome into Swede Erickson Gymnasium on the beautiful campus at Casper College as we have semifinal action of the Region 9 Women's Basketball Tournament. I am Phil Kohler, joined by my good friend Josh Propp. And Josh, let's start first with Western Wyoming. Western comes in with a 58-52 win over Western Nebraska, and a team that really was led by their guard play.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they just had you two on the radio playing A Beautiful Day, and it really is. It was so much fun yesterday watching these guys get in here, get some of that first game jitters kind of out of the way. But once Western kind of figured out a little bit of their guard play, it was great. They have a great style, that dribble drive offense. They're getting hard to the rim. They have some wave action where they're attacking hard and they're able to kick. And really, I thought one of the big keys in the second half that kind of broke it open was when they were finishing their drives and getting to the free throw line. That was a huge deal for them yesterday. They had 3 kids, though, that played, I guess 4 kids that played over 35 minutes. So I'm curious to see what legs are like today. Defensively, great job by Coach Padilla and the Mustangs yesterday, being able to switch in and out of a man look, a lot of different zone looks. They got a 1-2-2, they have a trap, they have a 1-3-1. So I'm really curious to see what they bring today against NJC.
And on the flip side of the guard-oriented, very short bench is the opposite side, the NJC Lady Plainsmen. They come in after a 77-50 victory over Gillette, the number 4 seed from the north, and a team that really likes to play inside the post, but also a team that played a lot of kids. They had 12 different kids score the basketball yesterday. What can we expect to see from NJC today?
Yeah, I was really impressed with the different ways that the Plainsmen had to win a game. Their post play is great. You can tell they spend a lot of time working on some high-low. They do some great cross-screen kind of stuff. But their bigs are adequate passers as well. You get the ball inside, they're able to finish with left or right. They're able to kick it back outside and let some of the guards do work. And then their bench, like you said, the bench seemed a little bit deeper. Westerdyke played great minutes. Potts came in yesterday. And how about Kyle coming off the bench and really just lighting it up in her multicolored shoes yesterday?
For the Western Wyoming Mustangs here, we're going to go ahead and get to a starting lineup. Head coach Wesley Padilla, in his second year in Rock Springs, this team has come in. They've won 7 games in a row, but this season they have already lost to this NJC team twice. Their first loss came November 18th. Here in Casper, they lost 90-76, and they lost again January 9th at NJC, 78-64. And I know in talking to Coach Padilla yesterday after the game, he was excited to get this third matchup. The Mustangs are going to start with number 0, Katie Strauss, a 5'8" sophomore guard from Green River, Wyoming. She was just recently named to the All-Region 9 North team. Last night in their victory, she came away with 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals. At another guard, number 5, Anja Ekstrom. Ekstrom, the 5'6" freshman guard from Spania, Sweden, came in last night, scored 10 points, went 2 of 4 from the three-point line, hit both of her free throws. She comes in averaging 9 points per game. The third guard, number 12, Sierra Eddy. Eddy has really been on an uptick lately. She is all Region 9 North as well, the 5'9" freshman from West Haven, Utah. Last night, 19 points and 6 rebounds. She was really the straw that stirred the pot for them last night. Number 22, Zapaya Sampson, a forward, a 5'11" freshman from Wayne, Idaho, a young lady that joined the team December 18th because she played on the volleyball team. She has started the last 7 games for the Mustangs, and they have all been victories for them. And the final starter, number 21, Tamarin Bloom, a 5'10" sophomore from Casper, Wyoming. Another All-Region 9 North team, 12.6 rebounds, 3 steals last night. And, Coach, I know that you were really impressed by what she did at the top of the zone.
Yeah, I thought Tamarin Bloom was exceptional last night. She's at the top of their 1-3-1. She's at the top of their 1-2-2. Just her length, her court awareness, her intelligence. She's getting touches. She's running the floor. She played a lot of minutes, but she played well in those minutes. And going into that game yesterday, we were a little curious about what the rebounding margin was going to be on between the two teams. I thought Sampson, but really the guards really working hard on the rebounding end for Western Mustangs.
And we are going to take a quick break before we introduce the NJC Lady Plainsmen, as we are going to get the national anthem played here. We'll jump into the starting lineup for the Plainsmen, and we will give a couple of keys to this thing before we get tipped off from Region 9 women's basketball semifinal number 1 between the Plainsmen from NJC and the Mustangs from Western Wyoming, with an opportunity to play in tomorrow night's championship game. Years. The team out of Sterling, Colorado, the number 1 seed from the South, they received an automatic bye into the tournament before knocking off Gillette yesterday. They are going to start the same way that they did last night. Number 1, Genesis Sweetwine. Sweetwine scored 10 points with 4 rebounds last night after battling a little bit of early foul trouble. Number 5, Sanea Martinez, a 5'8" sophomore from Greeley, Colorado, scored 12 points last night, but it was on 5 of 14 shooting. Coach Moton told us after the game that he would like to see his team be more efficient scoring the basketball. Number 13, Ruby Sweeney Spitzek, a 5'8" sophomore from Melbourne, Australia. Spitzek had 12 points last night and 4 rebounds. And then the 2 posts for the Plainsmen, number 34, Amaya Winfrey. Winfrey, a 6'2" sophomore from Aurora, Colorado. 2 points but 8 rebounds last night. And then number 35, Aaron Williams, a 5'9" sophomore from Fresno, California, who comes in averaging 6 points a game. And, Coach, I feel like it's going to be an interesting matchup to see which one of those 2 bigs for NJC gets matched up with Bloom. And are NJC going to be able to throw the ball into the post against this 1-3-1 defense that Western runs? And on the other end, is anybody going to be able to stay in front of Tamron Bloom?
Yeah, I mean, I think you called it at the beginning of the game. I think we're going to see differing styles today, which is really fun. We're going to see Western Wyoming trying to get in that dribble drive, really try to spread teams out, really get Tam and some of those guards getting downhill. For NJC, man, they got that threat inside the high-low. If they're able to find that high post and kick opposite, they had some success against that yesterday, which is really good. I think we're going to see a lot of Sweetwine and a lot of Ruby Sweeney Spitzek coming off some screens. And when Westerdyke comes in, man, she just does such a good job of filling that spot. She can play outside, she can play in. But I don't know who's going to match up with Tamwell today, Coach.
NJC comes in 28-3 overall, ranked number 19 in the country. Today's officials, Mr. Dylan Fuller, Mr. Bill Lyons, and David Malmquist. Those 3 guys are here to make the calls, and we are just about to get underway here. Region 9 competition with an opportunity to play in tomorrow night's championship. And here we go. The tip is controlled by Genesis Sweetwine, and NJC will have the first opportunity. Looks like Western Wyoming coming out playing a little bit of man-to-man, which is a little bit surprising. Amaya Winfrey's going to take that first jump shot. It is no good. Martinez, offensive rebound. She's stuck in the corner now. She's going to try to throw it off of Bloom.
Going to be a jump ball. Good tie up there.
We're going to have a jump ball.
Yeah, interesting to see Western come out with a little man-to-man after how much zone they played yesterday. I would expect him to get in and out of different things today, though.
NJC with their first offensive rebound, which we talked about was going to be a key for the Plainsmen, but also their first turnover of the night. And NJC did not start out very well last night. They got off to a little bit of a slow start, and I'm sure that Coach Moton was hoping that they would start off a little bit hotter than they have so far.
Great slash there by Tam, just a turnover here. Here comes Ruby down the court.
Sweeney Spitzek to initiate offense here for the Lady Plainsmen. This is Genesis Sweetwine who finds the rolling Williams. Williams' shot is blocked by Zapaya Sampson, and the Mustangs now with an opportunity to break the scoring seal.
Yeah, great screen and roll, but Sampson coming over and using those big volleyball skills to get a block shot and get going the other way. I think Western's really going to try to push against these guys as the game gets going.
Sampson from 18 feet, shot is long. Anya Ekstrom with the offensive rebound. Sierra Eddy's going to fire the three ball. It's off left, and Williams with the defensive rebound for the Plainsmen, and Coach Moton's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, great defensive rebound, but yeah, just got instantly gobbled up on the double team there. We've seen a little bit already from them today, Coach.
So, Coach, 75 seconds in, we got a short timeout, but it's going to extend into a media. So we are going to take a quick break. We will be right back here from Casper, Wyoming, Sweet Erickson Gymnasium on the Casper College Network.
Casper College is a great place to start out your college journey. It's, again, there's small class sizes, there's really nice buildings and facilities, there's lots of variety of classes to choose from. To start off, there's all kinds of things you can try. If you're not sure what you want to do, like I was when I started, there's lots of things you can try, from lots of different foreign languages like Japanese or Russian, or the typical things like business and English, and there's lots of really good health science stuff here. So it's a great place to get started.
Welcome back, fans. Sweet Erickson Gymnasium on the beautiful campus at Casper College. We are in semifinal number 1 of the Region 9 Championship. Still early on here, 75 seconds into the game. NJC calls their first timeout as they were in trouble to save possession here. And NJC will now have the ball with an opportunity to, again, break the scoring seal. Western coming out and showing a little bit of full court press, which we didn't really see much of yesterday.
No, we did not see any of that yesterday. This is good. I'm excited to see, like I said, these differing styles and how they're gonna make some adjustments here.
Coach Padilla does a really nice job, especially on the defensive end. He talked about it a little bit in our post-game interview yesterday, that he loves to recruit kids that can change defenses the way that they have. As this pass goes inside to Winfrey, Winfrey has it knocked out of bounds, and the ball is going to stay with NJC. Just like we talked about in the pregame here, they're looking to get Winfrey and Williams started early on the inside of the floor.
Are they gonna score off a set here right away, Coach? We saw a little bit of that yesterday too.
NJC had a lot of success just throwing the ball. It would direct entry pass into the post.
A little bit like that. Great high-low, like we talked about before. Good block. And Western Wyoming's running.
Sampson picks up her second block of the game so far. And again, we are in a scoreless deadlock so far, just about 2 minutes into the game. Bloom with a great step through, and Amira Williams with the block, and here comes the Plainsmen.
Great read by Sweetwine to pick that up. Good kick out, Martinez.
Martinez, a very, very good shooter, but just has not been able to get it going. She hit 2 threes yesterday, but had not hit a 3 in her 2 prior games. She's going to pick up the foul here after missing that 3, and it's going to be her first and the team's first of the game. Again, Martinez, 12 points last night on 5 of 14 shooting. Coach Moton talked in our post-game interview yesterday about he wishes that the team would have been a little bit more efficient shooting the basketball and scoring the basketball. But again, Martinez, a gal that this season had made a 3 in 25 out of the 30 games that she had played. So you know that she's a capable shooter. Comes in shooting at 41% from 3.
And Sierra Eddy was tough yesterday, getting her downhill. We'll see if her and Ekstrom can get going here a little bit as well.
What a great matchup here with Eddy and Sweeney Spitzek. I mean, a great offensive player and a great defensive player. You love to see them going back and forth as Sampson turns this over and Sweetwine's on the run the other way.
Yeah, great look by Bloom. Just got turned over after that.
Sweeney Spitzek uses the ball screen from Winfrey and looks to drive it. She gets it knocked away by Eddy.
Good take by Ruby. She's just so active. She's everywhere. We get this high screen and roll here.
Spitzek with the jumper is no good. Offensive rebound there by Williams, and the putback, Winfrey, and the putback by Winfrey is good. And we finally have a team on the board just about 3 minutes into the game. NJC jumps out to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, great job by Winfrey there. keeping that ball high, finishing. Whoa, big shot in the corner there.
Sierra Eddy matches with a three-pointer from the corner, and Western Wyoming jumps back out in front 3-2. And I feel like, Coach, this is going to be a game that's going to go back and forth. We talk about ties and lead changes. This is going to be one of those games.
Yeah, we had, the game that Western played yesterday was that game for sure. It was up and down and up and down. And, this is looking to be a good one already.
Martinez misses the little 8-footer here, and Western Wyoming now with the chance to open up that 1-point lead as Katie Strauss drives it. Misses long, and Amira Winfrey with the defensive rebound. And again, NJC looking to attack. Sweetwine just lost control of it, but it looks like it's going to stay with the Lady Plainsmen here. Again, Western Wyoming comes out with all these different defenses. They love to play this 2-3 zone against the inbounds out of bounds.
You got Sierra Eddy playing against Aaron Williams there. I was surprised they didn't just go direct there into the post.
As Winfrey gets called for that traveling violation. And again, very similar to yesterday, NJC comes out. They look like nerves are a little bit getting the best of them at this point. Now, yesterday they were able to calm themselves down and start playing a little better, but they're playing against a much better basketball team today than they were yesterday.
Absolutely. The other thing I'm a little surprised here, we haven't seen a whole lot of subbing from NJC. And that was something we saw early and often yesterday from them.
3-ball by Strauss is no good. Defensive rebound by Sweetwine. And again, the struggling shooting continues on both ends of the floor as we have 5 points combined just about 4 minutes into this game. Winfrey's going to fire an 18-footer, and it's short. Rebound is hustled for and grabbed by Sweeney Spitzek. She's able to save it, but it belongs to the Mustangs as Anya Ekstrom handles now for Western Wyoming. Nearing the midway point here in the first quarter from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium, semifinal number 1.
They tried to get that backdoor often yesterday. I think they only got it one time. Great take by Tam there.
And again, very well scouted there by Coach Moton. He got an opportunity to see that quite a bit yesterday. Foul is going to be on number 35, Erin Williams. It's going to be her first, the team's second of this first quarter, and Tam Bloom heads to the free throw line for the Mustangs.
Yeah, yesterday in the first half for Western, I think they only got to the line 3 times in the first half, and that totally flipped in the second. If they can continue to get to the free throw line and make some buckets, I think they're going to make hay there.
Bloom shoots it at 78.3%, the 5'10" sophomore from Casper, Wyoming, an all Region 9 North player for the second year in a row as that second free throw is good for Bloom. And the lead now opens up to 3, 5-2, Western Wyoming. Still early here from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium. Sweeney Spitzek catches on the wing. Looks to play pick and roll there with Williams. Williams now back to Sweeney Spitzek.
Winfrey at the center post. Great look inside. Try to get a step through and a foul there. Man, they like that high-low look.
Coach Padilla thought that Williams traveled on the catch, but she is not called for it. And we're going to have 2 shots here coming from Amaya Winfrey. Winfrey, the 6'2" sophomore from Aurora, Colorado, comes in shooting it at just 52.5% from the free throw line. First free throw is up, and it is good. Looks pretty pure there. Winfrey now with 3 points for the Lady Plainsmen, and all 3 points for the Lady Plainsmen. Winfrey comes in averaging just 5 points a game. Second free throw is short, true to her 50% average, and Tam Bloom with the defensive rebound. Tell you what, Western Wyoming does not like to walk the ball up the floor, that's for sure.
No, they do not. If they can get it off a defensive rebound and get going, they like to push. Great slash by Tam there, try to create something for Eddy.
Looks like Bloom's pushed underneath, and the ball is going to stay with Western Wyoming as it's going to be the first foul on Erin Williams. My apologies, it's her second foul. The team's third foul of the first quarter in NJC. Here comes their substitutions. Number 0, Alexandra Westerdyke, the 5'10" sophomore from Granada, Spain. Number 11, Jalen Potts, the 5'6" sophomore from San Antonio, Texas. And number 25, Bianca Binzis, the 5'11" sophomore from Hollebeck, Denmark, who we are excited to see. She left yesterday's game with looked like a knee or an ankle injury. She is back on the floor today, and we are happy to see that. And she's going to fire away right now and miss the 3 off to the left, and Sierra Eddy with a defensive rebound.
Yeah, Western likes to push. Yesterday they got some decent looks to a rim runner. NJC does a pretty good job of getting a kid back, getting to that halo spot, and taking away that middle on
Bloom's three is no good there as both teams still continue to try to get the seal off of the rim here early on from Casper, Wyoming.
Potts.
Great cut there by Potts, but she leaves the layup short. Another defensive rebound by Bloom. And here comes Western Wyoming with a 2-point lead, 5-3, about 6 minutes into this first quarter. Ekstrom with it at the top. Back to Eddy on the wing. Eddy's going to fire the three ball, and it is pure. Sierra Eddy continuing where she left off last night as she hits her second three of the game. 19 points last night and 6 so far tonight.
Yeah, I think she had 31 points 2 weeks ago, Coach. Her offense has really been picking up here late in the season.
And you can tell why she was an All-Region 9 North selection, as she can really play. And this matchup between her and Sweeney Spitzek looks to be a good one as Sweeney Spitzek misses the shot. Thought she got fouled, but an offensive rebound there by Martinez. Martinez is fouled, and she's going to head to the free throw line. Foul's going to be on Sampson. It's going to be her second, the team's second. And Western Wyoming goes ahead and makes their first move to the bench as Corinna Bjornstedt checks in. The 6'1" freshman from Stockholm, Sweden, comes in, averaging 4 points per game as Martinez misses her first.
Yeah, I'll look to see if they put Bjornstedt on Westerdyke here. Westerdyke played pretty well both inside and outside. She could be a matchup problem for Western as well.
Second free throw is no good. Bjornstedt fresh into the game. Catches it, defensive rebound. And, Coach, I mean, you see it all the time. A kid checks into the game, and the ball just seems to find them, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Bjornstedt loses it out of bounds. NJC is going to retain, trailing 8-3 here. Still early on from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium. Westerdyke's going to look to make her move to the right shoulder, left-handed layup, and it is good. And she makes an immediate impact.
Yeah, nice little left-hand finish there by Westerdyke in the paint.
9.7 rebounds from Westerdyke last night. She came in and played very well off the bench and really kind of sparked this team when they didn't get off to a very good start.
Yeah, Benz is playing on Tam. We'll see how athletic Benzis is today with that hurt ankle.
Katie Strauss fires the three ball, and it is good. And we talked about in the pregame, these guards can really shoot it for Western Wyoming, and they're proving it right now as Eddy has 2 threes and Strauss gets her first.
Good step through there by Ruby. She's going to get herself to the line.
Foul is going to go on Sierra Eddy. It's going to be her first and the team's third of the quarter. Ruby Sweeney Spitzek heads to the free throw line. The 5'8" sophomore from Melbourne, Australia, comes in shooting it at 80% from the free throw line, and her first one is good.
Boy, you know, we haven't seen a ton of scoring yet, but this feels like the first couple days of track practice. I mean, it's running up and down the floor here. What a great pace.
Second free throw is no good. Tam Bloom with the defensive rebound there. And then she throws it away.
Yeah, that's 2 back-to-back turnovers on defensive rebounds on free throws here for Western.
Well, turnovers in the backcourt too, right? I mean, and granted, both of them have been dead ball turnovers. They went out of bounds, but still, I mean, you got to be able to get the ball across half court.
Yeah, absolutely.
NJC trails 6-11 right now. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium. There's a flare from Martinez. Martinez fires the three ball. Woo. And from our angle, Coach, that thing was pure.
That was a beautiful-looking shot.
Sanea Martinez hits her first jump shot of the game and has cut the lead down to 2. Tam Bloom with a great drive.
Yep.
And she gets bumped.
Yeah, probably on Benzis there, I would assume.
Foul is going to go on Benzis. It's going to be her first, and the team's fourth of the quarter is going to send Tam Bloom back to the free throw line. Bloom 2 for 2 from the free throw line already so far tonight. She shoots it at 78.3% this season. First free throw is off the mark. Bloom comes in having had 11 double-figure rebound games this season. And you can see it already. She's probably got 3 or 4 already. We don't have official stats in front of us here, but she cleans the glass. She did a great job of it last year as well. Such a key piece of what they do offensively and defensively.
Yeah, we've been lucky enough to see her do that for years. She's got some hops, but more than that, it's just body position. She's just in the right place at the right time, and she's willing to make a little bit of physical contact. And yeah, she gobbles up the boards for sure.
Westerdyke fires the three ball. It is no good. Offensive rebound by Potts. Potts with the putback is no good, and now a defensive rebound by Bjornstedt. And again, a third turnover in the offensive backcourt for Western Wyoming. You can't imagine that Coach Padilla is very happy with that.
No, he does not look especially pleased with that.
NJC enters. Again, Coach, are you surprised that Western is playing as much man as they are?
I am. I'm absolutely surprised. I thought we were going to see a lot of that 1-3-1 actually against NJC here. But, yeah, getting it done on man, they got to limit their turnovers.
Foul's going to go on Sweeney Spitzek. And, Coach, to that point, with what we expected to see the 1-3-1, and we kind of thought NJC might have a difficult time throwing the ball in the post, are you surprised that NJC is not putting more of an emphasis on throwing the ball into the post on the offensive side?
You know, they've been trying to get that four-high look where they're passing to the wing and set that ball screen and roll, and they got it early a couple times. Their best look out of it here lately has been getting that look and then skipping opposite and getting a three or getting a slash for somebody else.
Bloom misses her first free throw attempt, again 78.3% from the free throw line for the 5'10" sophomore from right here in Casper, Wyoming. Second free throw is up and it is good. Bloom now with 4 points for the Mustangs as they open up a lead that equals that 4 points.
And we kind of talked about it yesterday too. Their style of play, NJC, they kind of tend to play differently with their different bench players that are on the floor at the time. When they have Winfrey and Williams, they really like to high-low it a little bit. It seems like when they have Westerdyke in there, they like to kind of move her around a little bit, let her center post some, but really kind of get more action from the guards.
Potts tries the diagonal pass there to Westerdyke, and the pass gets deflected out of bounds. It'll be NJC with 17 left on the shot clock. And they just direct enter it right into Westerdyke, who is a load down there as she goes to her left shoulder this time and gets her second basket of the game. So we've seen her go right shoulder. We've seen her go on left shoulder. 9 points last night. Really impressive from her coming off the bench.
Oh, great take there. Great take there by Strauss. Getting in hard, trying to finish high off the glass. Yeah, tough matchup there for Bornstead coming in off the bench, and like we talked about, Westerdyke can she's a little bit like Tam Bloom, right, for them. She can play outside, she can play inside a little bit. It makes a matchup problem for Western for sure.
Second foul goes against Anea Martinez, and Western Wyoming in double bonus now as Strauss knocks down her first free throw. This Western Wyoming team is very capable. They love to get to the free throw line. They shoot it as a team at almost 77%, which is good for second in the country. As that second free throw is good. Coach Moton not very happy with the way this game's been officiated so far. Again, because now that's 16 fouls so far against NJC. And again, Western very capable of picking you apart from the free throw line.
Got a little weave, dribble drive type action looking here from NJC. Good cut there by Potts, just missed her.
Westerdyke making her move to her left shoulder again. Well. Westerdyke now with 6 points off the bench and cuts the NJC deficit down to 2 with just over a minute left to play here in the first quarter from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium. Semifinal number 1 of the Region 9 Championship Tournament. Winner will play tomorrow night here at Casper at 4 o'clock. Layup is no good, but we got a couple of subs in for Western Wyoming. Number 20, Andy Van Dyke, had checked in for the Mustangs. She must have snuck in. Van Dyke, the 5'6" freshman from Caneville, Utah, as well as number 3, Nia Vermeulen, also checked in, the 6'1" freshman from Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada, checking in as well.
Yeah, she had a great sit there on that last year's. I'm guessing that with this little smaller lineup for NJC, they might try to get the ball into her a little bit too.
And you got to think that Coach Padilla, he's very well aware of the fact that he played 4 of his players 35-plus minutes yesterday. I've got to assume that he's going to try to find ways, as Binzes fires the 3 ball, ways to get them a little bit more of a rest today just to kind of have some fresh legs because they got to be a little bit gassed from yesterday's game.
Yeah, I would expect to see this sub pattern a little bit like this here in the first half. Second half, you're just trying to make sure you're not going home.
Bloom looks to drive it to her right shoulder. Puts up a little floater. Looked like it almost got blocked a bit by Binzes. And Westerdyke with the rebound. NJC running.
Great look by Sweetwine. Just
Potts
barely out of
Potts'
Potts' hand.
A 4th turnover there by Western in the backcourt. Binzes' 3 is no good. Potts with the offensive rebound. Westerdyke's going to fire with 7 seconds left. And it is good. And this is going to be the Alexandra Westerdyke game as she now has 9 first quarter points for the Plainsmen off the bench and has fought their way back to a 16-15 lead as we've come to the end of the first quarter. Semifinal number 1 here from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium, Region 9 tournament. We will be back with quarters 2, 3, and 4 right after this.
We have a really competitive group this year, sometimes a little too competitive. And there's this guy on our team, Ethan. He takes it a little too far, but he never loses.
Ready, go!
I do this. I ain't never lost. I ain't never lost. I do this.
It don't even matter what that is. I got game right here.
Yellow
game.
shot.
In this game.
Tell him he missed too.
In that game. I do this. I ain't never lost.
I cheer louder than y'all. I never lost. I never lost.
I ain't never lost. I do this.
Welcome back, fans. Sweet Erickson Gymnasium here on the beautiful campus of Casper College. NJC 16, Western Wyoming 15 in this first semifinal matchup of the Region 9 tournament. NJC just gets a 3-ball right before the end of the first quarter from Westerdike, and then they get the first possession coming out here. Jalen Potts is going to fire a 3-ball that's long, and Tam Bloom with a defensive rebound. Coach, I know you wanted to talk about this NJC bench and the depth that they've shown, but the ability for players to come off the bench.
Yeah, we watched yesterday. We watched Caitlin Kyle come off the bench and immediately have an impact offensively. Today it's been Westerdike and just coming in right away and kind of it just seems like their bench play is great. And then once they find the chemistry and the flow, it seems like Coach Moton really likes to ride that kind of that mojo a little bit.
And you could tell right now, I mean, he still has 3 subs on the floor, mostly because this group was really a big piece in this comeback that they've created. Yeah,
what a great thing to have some bench players come in and play some big minutes and get you a lead and be able to save some legs for for Winfrey and for Williams here later on.
Strauss with a 20-footer misses to the left, and a defensive rebound there by Potts as NJC. Oh my gosh. Ekstrom caught that screen and nobody talked to her. Westerdike laid her out. Potts with the 15-footer is no good, and Tam Bloom again with another defensive rebound. And I tell you what, Tam Bloom's going to be approaching double-double figures here in the first half.
Sierra Eddy from downtown. Oh, and she's just barely off there. And here comes Ruby.
Again, we really haven't seen a ton of sets. We haven't really seen anything terribly organized. It's been a lot of playing off. We really, even from Western, we haven't seen a ton of the dribble drive stuff yet. As Sweetwine hits the floater, that's no good. Rebound out of bounds is going to stay with NJC. Are you surprised that with Western Wyoming, besides the defensive change they made yesterday, they really haven't gotten a lot of opportunity to get into dribble drive stuff?
No, they haven't. Well, shoot, they've had multiple turnovers in their front court, right? And they're pushing the ball, and when they're able to push the ball, they're able to kick out and get some decent shots. We just haven't seen a whole lot of it yet.
Westerdike swings that opposite. This is Genesis Sweetwine for the 3-ball, and it is pure. Genesis Sweetwine on the board, the 5'4" sophomore from Aurora, Colorado, with her first basket. She battled some foul trouble yesterday, still able to score 10 points.
Oh, great scoop there by Sierra Eddy.
Eddy comes back the other way with the basket to cut the Western lead, or I'm sorry, the Western deficit down to 19-17. Sierra Eddy now with 8 points on the game.
And Potts is looking to their post there for a second.
Sweetwine comes up the ball screen. She's going to fire another 3. This one misses off to the right, but an offensive rebound by Potts. And now a 3-ball by Benzis is long, and a defensive rebound this time from Sampson.
And here comes Western Wyoming running the ball again, trying to push. Let's see if they get in a little bit of dribble drive action here.
Well, Coach, just like we talked about in the pregame, Western Wyoming really wants to shoot the 3-ball. They've done a great job of that so far. They've hit 4 threes. And on the other side, NJC wanting to rebound the basketball at a high clip. They've got 6 offensive rebounds here. And it's kind of been the game that we've expected, and it's a 2-point game just like we thought it would be.
Yeah, how much fun is this 2 days in a row now? We have these close games. We see kids, kids that we maybe weren't expecting to step up and play big. Already this has been a blast.
Bloom's going to pick up her first foul for the Mustangs. It's her first, the team's first. And now NJC looking to go back to their starters here as Winfrey, Williams, and Martinez all going to check back in. Potts is going to stay. Sweeney Spitek's going to get her first blow of the game. Coach, are you surprised at all that it took as long as it did to get the starters back in?
I mean, they were playing so well together. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I mean, ride the chemistry.
Sure.
There's been enough whistles that everybody's been able to get, a little bit of a breath here in between. And, I would look to see NJC kind of pound the ball here a little bit now.
Winfrey called for that offensive foul on the bag screen. as Strauss looks to make her move. Tries to make a little diagonal pass there that gets deflected. We're going to have a little bit of a scramble, and a jump ball is going to stay with Western Wyoming. And, Coach, to your point, I mean, NJC comes in, they're down 6 when they make that sub. They're up 3 when those kids go out. Like, it's got to be hard for Coach Moton to want to make that decision.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how this group runs, but I would not be I'm pretty sure we're going to see Western back here pretty soon.
Bloom's 10-footer falls short, and NJC with the basketball now and an opportunity to expand this 2-point lead. Sweetwine drives it, and it is good. Genesis Sweetwine looking to be a little bit more aggressive offensively so far in the second quarter. She has 5 now for the Lady Plainsmen. Ekstrom swings it opposite, and a turnover there from Sampson as this is Potts driving it to her left hand. A little bit of a Euro step there on the right-handed layup, and Jalen Potts is on the board for the first time today and has opened this thing up to the biggest lead in NJC's favor at 6.
Yeah, it looked like Strauss was trying to decide if she was going to try to take a charge there and just got tripped up on her own feet. Great take by Potts.
Eddie's going to pull up for an 18-footer that misses off to the right. A battle for the rebound. Tam Bloom comes down with it, and she's now looking to make a move, and she gets called for a traveling violation.
Another offensive rebound, just kind of got tied up there a little bit.
Bjornstead checks back in for the Mustangs as NJC has opened up a 6-point lead here. 6 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in quarter number 2. Sweetwine's going to handle and initiate the offense for the Lady Plainsmen here.
Oh, a little blind
Here
pick
comes
maybe here.
The back look.
Oh, they tried to get it, but
Sweetwine just decides to go one-on-one here. An offensive rebound there from Winfrey, and another offensive rebound for the Lady Plainsmen. Potts tries to drive it there, and Eddie knocks it out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Lady Plainsmen with 16 seconds left on the shot clock.
what do you like here, Coach? A little cross screen here for Winfrey.
Yeah, you got to think that NJC is going to, again, look to try to throw the ball into these 2 posts here.
Probably Pop Williams.
Williams pops, Sweeney spits that, kind of gets tripped up, but Williams on the backside, wide open, and they get a layup out of it. Erin Williams with her first basket of the game, comes in averaging 6 points per game. Last night, 7 points and 4 rebounds in their win over Gillette.
Coach Moton does a good job with his blobs. They've gotten multiple points these last 2 games just off of pretty simple inbounds plays.
And a steal by Sweetwine, and the 3-ball comes up and it misses, and Bloom with another defensive rebound, and she outlets to Strauss, and just about another turnover from the Mustangs in their own backcourt. Skipped across, Eddie fires a 3-ball, misses this one left, but an offensive rebound by Bjornstead. Bjornstead looks to make a move. She's going to go reverse with it and misses it long, and Amaya Winfrey clears for the Lady Plainsmen. Coach, do you think that the amount of minutes that these Mustangs played last night is having anything to do with their inability to win off of the bounce?
Well, I think that's absolutely true, but I think also just having that presence back in there with Winfrey and Williams, you know, a little bit of making it difficult to get to the rim, little rim protection. But, yeah, they definitely don't seem to be trying to get downhill as much as they did in the second half of that game yesterday.
Bjornsted's jump shot is no good, and we're going to have a foul called. This is going to go against Bjornstead. It's going to be her first, the team's second of the quarter, and we have reached our media timeout here in quarter number 2 of semifinal number 1 here from the Region 9 tournament here in Casper, Wyoming. NJC with a 25-17 lead over Western Wyoming. 4.5 minutes left to go here on the Casper College Network.
We have a really competitive group this year, sometimes a little too competitive. And there's this guy on our team, Ethan. He takes it a little too far, but he never loses.
Ready, go! I do this. I ain't never lost. I do this. It don't even matter what that is. I got game right here. In this game.
Tell him he missed, too.
In that game. I do this. I ain't never lost. I cheer louder than y'all. I never lost. I never lost. I ain't never lost. I do this.
こっち見て。
Welcome back, fans. Sweet Erickson Gymnasium on the beautiful campus at Casper College. NJC with a 25-17 lead over Western Wyoming and an opportunity to play in tomorrow night's 4 o'clock championship game. Fans, remember, stick around. The 7 o'clock tip-off tonight will be between Otero, the number 2 seed from the south, and Casper, the homestanding number 1 seed from the north. Again, that game's scheduled to tip around 7 o'clock or approximately 25 minutes at the conclusion of this game. The winner of this game and that game will play tomorrow, 4 o'clock here from Casper, Wyoming in the championship. As Williams fires a 3-ball, and it is good. And the lead now has ballooned to 9, the biggest of the game for the Lady Plainsmen.
That's that 3 she was searching for yesterday, Coach.
Yeah, and a little bit surprising. You look at these two and you think about them being physical presences in the post, but Williams a very, very capable shooter from 3. Eddie fires the 3-ball. It's off to the left. Martinez with a defensive rebound.
Well, it puts a team in a bind when you have her going and setting a screen for Martinez. Somebody's got to defend two kids on the 3-point line.
Caitlin Kyle checked in for NJC, 5'10" freshman from Parker, Colorado, came in and played very, very well. 8 points off the bench last night. As Williams turns to her right shoulder and gets a basket, and she now has 7 points on the game, and this thing has opened up to a 13-point game now for NJC.
Yeah, great set, great show, and a fantastic entry pass there from her guard.
Well, it's very easy to see why this team is 28-3 on the season. I mean, so many different weapons that can score the basketball as Martinez takes it coast to coast. She gets the layup now. She's got 5 points for the Plainsmen, and Coach Padilla is going to have to take a timeout here as he's got to find a way to get this offense going. It's going to be a short timeout here, Coach, so we're going to go ahead and stay here. In your opinion, what do you think Western Wyoming needs to do to get some offense started here?
Well, I'm assuming that, Coach Padilla is talking about the defensive end of the floor right now, I would assume. I would guess that we're going to see some kind of change. I guess they get back to their 1-2-2, try to get a trap, and try to spark a little bit of offense with a live ball steal, try to get up the floor, try to push a little bit there. Got to get something going here. They're down 15 already. It seemed like it was just a 1-point game just a minute ago.
Yeah, I think both Bloom and Ekstrom have got to start getting it going offensively. I would not be surprised to see him draw something up with Bloom in mind right here, trying to get her a basket. She's got 4 points, but they're all from the free throw line so far. Would not be surprised to see a little set here to maybe find her or maybe try to get Ekstrom a jump shot, as Ekstrom I don't think has even attempted a shot so far yet today. Eddie's got it on the wing. She flips it to the top. Tam drives it hard. Left-hand layup is no good, but she is bumped on the way up. Williams is going to pick up her 3rd foul of the game. The team's 3rd foul of the second quarter. Bloom back to the free throw line where she's 4 of 6 already. First free throw is up, and it is good for Bloom. She now has 5 points. And just like we talked about, I don't know if it was necessarily designed that way, but Bloom getting to the free throw line where she's comfortable, maybe seeing a couple of free throws go in, gets her going offensively as the second free throw is also good.
Well, they got back in that action where they overload a side, they look for a blind pig, they didn't get it, but it creates that a little bit of isolation. It creates a little bit of a mismatch for Bloom or anybody else to try to get that slash and get to the rim.
Samson checks back in for the Mustangs. Binzas checks back in for Williams, who again picked up her 3rd foul. And now for the first time, we're getting to see this 1-3-1 from Western Wyoming. Yeah,
we thought we'd see some zone here early on. It looks like now, especially with only one big in, Westerdyke's kind of playing in between there. They're back to that 1-3-1. Tama's looking. She was hunting for that steal. Great pass inside.
Great lob pass to Winfrey as she catches and scores and opens the lead back up to 15. Do you think that part of the reason that they haven't played this zone is because it does take a lot out of you? I mean, you're flashing on the baseline, on the backside. There's a lot of sprinting involved with playing in that 1-3-1.
I don't know. I'd be curious to talk to Coach about that if he thought that maybe they just matched up a little bit better, or if they'd played so much zone that they thought maybe it was scouted and tried to give them a different look. But it seems like Western looked a lot more comfortable communicating what they were wanting to do defensively that last series.
I think Eddie lost track of the shot clock there as she misses the fadeaway 3-point shot, and NJC with an opportunity to open up this 15-point lead.
And here's Caitlin Kyle, I think, for the first time today. Man, she had a great game yesterday coming off the bench.
Kyle's going to fire the 3-ball, and it is pure and right on cue Kyle gets her first three-point shot to go. Assist from Martinez there. And now it's 18 points.
I appreciate her making me look good. That's 2 days in a row there. We've talked about her coming in and hit a bucket for me.
Strauss gets to the free throw line jumper. It misses short. Kyle with the defensive rebound. And again, Western Wyoming stuck on 17-19 really for a long time here.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to bring another sub here. We'll see if we're going to get some energy out the
Kyle's
bench.
going to fire another one. That one's no good. A really solid block out there by Ekstrom. They're going to get Sweeney Spitzek with the pushing foul here. It's going to be her second foul. I apologize. I am wrong. They're going to get Ekstrom with the foul. Ekstrom's first foul, the team's third of the second quarter.
Oh, screen the screener here. Yep.
Winfrey flashed back to the middle, but it's Westerdyke again. I'm sorry, it was Benzis there.
Yeah, Benzis
My
getting
apologies.
some points. First points of the tournament, I think, right, Coach?
Yep, that
is.
is.
Good to see that. Oh, good touch there by Martinez. Sorry. Strauss looking for that lift out of the corner.
Ekstrom going to finally fire her first three ball that misses long. A scramble for the rebound, and it's going to belong to Martinez as she looks to attack now for NJC. And she's going coast to coast with the right hand. Flips
Great
it up.
contact and the
finish.
foul. Yeah, great job. Great job there by Martinez. Running the floor. Just a little bit of change of pace there, get a little bit of contact, and then finish high.
Sanea Martinez with 7 points now for the Plainsmen. That foul was going to go against, number 14, which is Ashley Christensen. Picked up her first as she had checked in. Christensen, the 5'10" freshman from Ogden, Utah, seeing her first minutes of the game. And NJC now with a little bit of pressure, and they force a turnover. 23-point lead here for NJC with 30 seconds to go. About a 4-second differential between shot clock and game clock here. Coach Moton seems pretty content with holding for what could potentially be the last shot. Sweeney Spitzek comes off the ball screen, and then the lift.
A high-low action again. Yeah.
It's going to go into Winfrey. Winfrey looks opposite. Kyle thought about it. Back into Winfrey. Winfrey's going to go to her right shoulder, left hand, and it is good. And NJC just pretty much doing whatever they want here on the offensive end of the floor as they've opened this thing up to a 25-point lead. Eddie with the comeback jumper right before the break. Sierra Eddie now with 10 points, leading all scorers, but it has been all Lady Plainsmen so far in the first half of this semifinal number 1 here from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium in Casper College. The winner of this game will head to the championship game tomorrow night at 4 o'clock. We're going to take about a 12-minute break. We will be back here to discuss stats, and we're going to have to figure out a way for Western Wyoming to get back into this game here. From Sweet Erickson Gymnasium, Casper College on the Casper College Network.
So one of the main reasons I chose Casper College is I'm from Casper, born and raised, and it's great that we have this community college here that it's ranked pretty high among community colleges. So I'm a non-traditional student, and I was a little bit nervous to come back to college, I guess. My major while I was a CC student was psychology, and I also got to be the president of the psychology club. I just had so many opportunities for leadership and personal growth. And I've just been so thankful. I really never imagined all of the opportunities that I would have had here. Just go for it. Like, there is so much to do and so many things to be involved in. And challenge yourself, push beyond your own limitations that you had in your mind.
I think Casper College is a great place to start out your college journey. It's, again, there's small class sizes. There's really nice buildings and facilities. There's lots of variety of classes to choose from. To start off, there's all kinds of things you can try. If you're not sure what you want to do, like I was when I started, there's lots of things you can try, from lots of different foreign languages like Japanese or Russian or the typical things like business and English, and there's lots of really good health science stuff here. So it's a great place to get started. And so I think people should give it a chance rather than going off to college somewhere else. This is a great place.
Welcome back, fans. Sweet Erickson Gymnasium. We are at halftime of semifinal number 1 of the Region 9 Women's Basketball Tournament. Northeast Junior College with a 44-21 lead over Western Wyoming. Winner of this game will play in tomorrow night's championship at 4 o'clock against the winner of Game 2, Otero, and the homestanding Casper College Thunderbirds. That second game scheduled to tip at 7 o'clock. But here we still have 20 minutes of business, Coach. Let's start with Western Wyoming. They kind of got off to a good start, but then really slowed offensively. What did you see from the Mustangs in the first half?
Yeah, you know, some of our keys in the beginning of the game, we were talking about them getting into their dribble drive, getting to the free throw line, which they did a little bit. Tam got to the line, I think she was 6 of 8 or something like that, but pretty much the only kid that actually shot any free throws. As far as being able to kick and knock down the three, which they've kind of lived and died by this season, so far it hasn't really been falling for Western so much in this first half. And then they were trying to get in and kind of spring a little bit of their early offense, but just way too many front court turnovers. We had them officially at 12 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, and 3 of 13 from the three-point line. We talked about that being a key for Western Wyoming early. On the other side, we talk about NJC as a key for them rebounding the basketball, and 8 offensive rebounds for the Lady Plainsmen.
Yeah, they've done a great job on the glass. 8 offensive rebounds, and it's really been kind of balanced between a lot of kids. I think they've got everybody that's been in the game so far has gotten points already. They've shot some threes, but really their game so far has just been getting downhill, getting buckets, or getting second chance points.
Well, and you look, we talked about yesterday in the Western Wyoming versus Western Nebraska game, you pulled up the stats and things looked exactly the same. In this game, it is exactly what the scoreboard directly reflects. Offensive or points off turnovers 13-0 in NJC's favor. Points in the paint 22-4 in NJC's favor. Second chance points 11-0 in NJC's favor, and then bench points 16-0 in NJC's favor. Seems like NJC has pretty much dominated every facet of this game. They win the second quarter 28-6, and it's a direct reflection with a 23-point lead going into the start of the second half.
Yeah, you know, one of the things we talked about as a key for Western was being able to switch in and out of those defenses yesterday and give people a little bit different look. We didn't see a lot of that. There wasn't too much of a coaching chess match, it didn't really seem like. And, for NJC, man, not only are they getting buckets, but they've got nine assists on 18 shots, and they're just doing a really good job of finding each other and passing up a good shot for great shots, especially when they can get that ball inside. So far, Winfrey's had some points in there. We've seen Williams have some points in there, and Westerdyke came in. She really played great in that first quarter.
Well, Western Wyoming trailed by 1 at halftime yesterday. They went in. Coach Padilla made a great adjustment. They got to the rim a little bit more often, got to the free throw line, and it really changed the game. If you're Coach Padilla in the locker room, what do you think that message is when you're trying to cut into a 23-point lead?
Well, I think the first thing is they can't be afraid of getting tired. Man, they played a bunch yesterday. They've already played. Their starters have played a bunch today, but they're going to have to work here. They're going to have to chip away at this thing 2 points at a time. I'd expect to see them get after it on the defensive end of the floor. They're really going to have to get rebounds, and then they have to limit turnovers in the second half.
Absolutely. As we are underway here, second half from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium, game 1 of 2 semifinal matchups tonight. This one between NJC and Western Wyoming, and we are going to start action out with a defensive foul. This one's going to go against Apaya Sampson. It's going to be her third foul, the team's first here of the second half. And it'll be NJC ball taking it out underneath.
And she came up limping a little bit. We'll keep an eye on that. She looks like she's moving around here pretty well, though.
Sampson been a key addition for the Western Wyoming Mustangs. She was a volleyball kid, joined the team late, but since she has been inserted into the starting lineup, Western Wyoming has not lost a game yet. As Williams fires the 3 ball and it misses off the back iron, Sampson with the defensive rebound, and Western Wyoming looking to push the other way. Bloom heading coast to coast. She gets that shot blocked there by Winfrey. And NJC now the other way with Sweetwine.
Yeah, a lot of contact there. Tam running the floor trying to get a bucket, just didn't get the call.
On the other end,
wow, what a great pass and finish there.
Phenomenal pass from Sweetwine there as she finds Williams for the 2, and NJC is on the board here in the second half. Bloom again looking to get downhill. She goes with the left hand. It misses long, and a defensive rebound by Winfrey. And Sweetwine now again on the push for the Lady Plainsmen.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this being a thing that Western really liked to do, which was push the ball. But so far, it's been the Lady Plainsmen this second half that really got out and running.
Sweetwine misses the layup, and then we've got a tie-up on the rebound, and we get a quick substitution from Western Wyoming as Bjornstead checks back in for Sampson.
Yeah, I'm sure just trying to give her a break real quick and check out whatever that was. Looked like maybe she went knee to knee there for a second.
1 minute into the second half here from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium as Western Wyoming tries to chip into this 25-point lead. Ekstrom's going to use the ball screen from Eddie around to Strauss. Strauss now to Eddie. Eddie back to Strauss. Strauss looks inside. Bjornstead with the 8-footer, and it's blocked away by Winfrey, and Winfrey grabs it. You know, again, we talked about that big difference between the Western Nebraska team that Western Wyoming played yesterday and NJC today. It's just the size inside that NJC is able to bring.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, you think yesterday, Ekstrom, Eddie, Strauss, Bloom, all those guys were catching the ball and getting downhill, really attacking the rim. It just doesn't seem like they're able to get that today. Bloom for three. And
Sweeney Spitzek with the 3 down for NJC, and surprisingly enough, in a 28-point lead for NJC, Ruby Sweeney Spitzek just gets her first basket of the game. She now has 4 points as this 3 ball is on the way, and it misses off to the right. A scramble for the rebound out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Western Wyoming. But again, Coach, if we are 22 minutes into this game and I'm telling you that Ruby Sweeney Spitzek just got her first basket, you're telling me that they're probably in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, after we saw her coming off her screens yesterday. We saw her getting to the rim yesterday. She was just so active in everything. But like we talked about in the pregame, they have just a lot of ways that they can beat you, and today it's somebody different.
Bjornstead fires the 3. It's short.
Good rebound from Martinez.
And Coach Moton yesterday in our post-game interview, we told him that everybody that played for him scored yesterday. 12 different players scored. And again, it's been similar. It's been a lot of different players that have been able to score the basketball. As we're going to get a foul here. Foul's going to go on Strauss. It's going to be her first, the team's second of the half. But even just looking at stats through the end of the first quarter, I mean, you got 5 from Sweetwine, 8 from Martinez, 1 from Sweeney Spitzek, 7 from Winfrey, 7 from Williams, 9 from Westerdyke.
Great rebound on the backside there by Winfrey.
2 from Potts, 3 from Kyle, and 2 from Benzis. I mean, just a group effort, everybody really chipping in, and you can tell on the scoreboard.
Yeah, everybody chipping in. And I think if you were to go down that stat sheet, you'd see that most of those players have an assist also. They're trying to get everybody else involved and trying to get great shots.
Bjornstead misses the jumper there. Sweeney Spitzek with the defensive rebound, but she is turned over as Andy Van Dyke come in and looking to try to just add some energy to this team that just kind of looks a little bit lost right now, trailing by 28 points.
Yeah, they're searching for an answer for sure, Coach.
3 ball again by Bjornstead. Bjornstead looking to be a more aggressive offensively as she has missed all 3 of the shots that she's taken so far in the second half. And a defensive rebound goes to Sweeney Spitzek. Sweetwine looks to drive it to her right. Shot is up and missed. Offensive rebound by Williams, and then it's knocked away. Scramble for it. Williams comes away with it, and Winfrey wants to reset.
Got her on the travel, yeah, just slid her foot there when she was trying to get that step through.
Ashley Christensen has checked in for Western Wyoming, the 5'10" freshman from Ogden, Utah. And she is the one that missed on that last 3. My apologies for the mix-up. We're going to get a foul here on Sanea Martinez. Martinez picks up her 3rd foul, the team's first of the 3rd quarter here. And it's going to be Van Dyke who's going to enter for Western Wyoming. Strauss going to initiate offense here for the Mustangs. 49-21, a 28-point advantage for NJC as Strauss drives it hard, and she is bumped on the way.
You know, Western's trying to do a decent job of pulling Winfrey and Williams out, that little 5-out set, but their scout must have told them not to respect that shot because they're both at least 1 foot, if not 2, in the paint at all times, making it hard for Western to get downhill there.
Foul's going to go on Martinez. It's going to be her 4th and the team's 2nd as Strauss heads to the free throw line for her 2. First free throw is good. Strauss again comes in 84.2% on a team that shoots it very well from the free throw line. They went 8 of 10 from the stripe in the first half, and Strauss continues that as she makes both of those to start the second half and cuts the lead down to 26.
Looks like they're maybe got a little 1-2-2 here, or sorry, a 1-2-1-1.
Van Dyke again around the basketball, causing a little bit of pressure. Looks like her energy maybe is helping this team on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, especially at the front of that, just trying to run them down, and force them into early turnover.
Well, and fresh legs, Coach. I mean, you talk about these 4 guards that played 35 minutes yesterday. She's a gal that came in, only played 7 minutes yesterday for the Mustangs. She's got those fresh legs. She's able to go in there and run around.
Well, and I would assume, that this is maybe more of a more normal substitution pattern for Coach Padilla. Yesterday they were in just such a close game, that one-point game, back and forth the whole game. It seemed like they played their starters a lot.
Strauss with a tough up and under there. She gets her 4th point of the second half. She now has 9 on the game. And all of a sudden, this pressure defense starting to turn things around.
Yeah, Sierra Eddy there picks the ball up there, front court turnover, tries to go to the scoop.
Ball's going to go against Winfrey. It's going to be her second, the team's third of the third quarter. And we've got a 30-second timeout here. Coach, they cut the lead down to 24 now. What's the next step? Are they trying to get it down to under 20 and then under 15? What's Coach Padilla talking about in the huddle?
Yeah, there's no 20-point shot that they have out there, right? It's got to be little by little. It's a long game, right? But it comes like we talked about at halftime. It's got it like the offense has to be sparked from their defense. I like this little press. I like this little look. It seems like they're forcing NJC into a couple bad turnovers there. And they're able to capitalize at the free throw line.
Well, Coach, I'm going to put you on the spot here. We're going to look ahead just briefly towards the second semifinal game tonight between Otero and Casper College. You got an opportunity to see both of these teams play yesterday. They met once in the regular season. Casper handled Otero, but again, that was back in November. What do you expect from these two teams tonight in the 7 o'clock game?
Coach Gennari's teams are just always so well coached and grow through the season, and we expect to see greatness at the end. And they just do so many of those little things, those intangibles well. Man, Otero is really coming on hot at the end of the season here, and they remind me a little bit of this NJC team in that they have a lot of ways that they can beat you. They can take you outside. They can get a little inside-out game, and so I'm really looking forward to this second matchup tonight. Yeah,
Otero with a 70-48 win yesterday over Eastern Wyoming. Casper with an 82-65 win over McCook in the nightcap last night. Should be a lot of fun. And then, of course, the winner of this one and the winner of the nightcap tonight is going to be just an absolutely great basketball game tomorrow night, 4 o'clock here from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium.
Yeah, I'm taking the over on points tonight for sure, Coach.
Sierra Eddy's first free throw is good as she makes her first free throw of the second half and cuts the lead down to 23. Eddy comes in an 84% free throw shooter. Scored 19 points last night, but now Eddy with an offensive rebound here. And looks like Western Wyoming kind of got something going here.
Yeah, they got a little bit more pep in their step. A great offensive rebound off a free throw there.
Van Dyke fires the 3-ball, misses long, and Jalen Potts there with the defensive rebound for the Lady Plainsmen.
Really scrambling hard here for Western Wyoming. Oh, long pass.
I'll tell you what, it's 3 turnovers in a row now for the Lady Plainsmen. Even coming out of the timeout, I know Coach Moton wanted things to slow down a little bit, but Ekstrom's going to fire a deep 3-ball that misses just short. Potts with another defensive rebound. Van Dyke doing a great job again in the backcourt defensively, just putting enough pressure on. Again, the fresh legs. She only played 7 minutes last night, and she looks like she has brought a great energy to this team.
Yeah, Western seems like they've got a little bit of a new life here. This is great.
Well, you got a question though. I mean, she's on the floor right now. The fresh legs, you like that certainly. Looks like Williams stepped on a foot there and maybe rolled her ankle.
Yeah, here comes Western. Take a look at that real quick.
And we're going to go to immediate timeout. 4 minutes and 49 seconds to go here in the third quarter from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium. NJC with a 49-26 lead, and we will be back on the Casper College Network.
It's a good stepping stone, especially before going to university. When I came here, I found out a lot about myself and what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, which is something that's super scary. And so it was just a good stepping stone for me to kind of branch out and find other things that I could be interested in. So if you're struggling on finding where to go, I think Casper College is a great place.
Sweet Erickson Gymnasium, the home of the Casper College Thunderbirds. Game 1 of the semifinals here tonight between NJC and Western Wyoming. NJC jumped out to a big lead early on. Western Wyoming doing what they can to try to chip in as the lead now sits at 23. 4 minutes and 49 seconds here to go. in the third quarter.
Yeah, and here comes this Plainsman lineup that they had there at the end of the first quarter, the beginning of the second quarter, a little bit smaller, but a little bit more guard play. And we'll see what happens here.
Westerdyke, Binzis, and Potts all check in for the Lady Plainsmen. And again, like you said, NJC got off to a little bit of a slow start as Strauss with a great take and she's fouled.
From Strauss. Great set coming out of the timeout there from Coach Padilla.
But like you said, this NJC group started out a little bit slow, and as soon as they made this 3 subs in, 3 subs out substitution, things started to change for them, and it was very similar in yesterday's game as well.
Yeah, we'll see how this group handles that pressure, or if Coach Padilla sticks with that. Definitely it seemed like the pressure was getting to him there a little bit.
10 points now for Katie Strauss as the second free throw is up, and it is good now. She's at 11 for the Lady Mustangs. And again, here's this 1-2-2 press as Van Dyke just kind of flying around in the backdrop, and they've got another steal. Ekstrom with the steal. She's going in for the layup, and she is fouled on the way up, and she is heading to the free throw line for 2 shots. And Western Wyoming again continues to chip away.
You know, for as much love as we were giving Tam for their half-court defense yesterday, getting touches on the ball, we didn't see a lot of Andy Van Dyke, but man, she is really causing some havoc for NJC up on the front of their 1-2-1-1.
First free throw is good for Ekstrom. It is her first point of the game. She scored 10 points yesterday, went 2 of 4 from the three-point line, and I feel like she's the one, Coach, that really needs to get it going if this team wants to complete this comeback, as they've cut it now down to 19.
Yeah, they're going to be calling on a lot of kids, but Ekstrom getting to the rack is going to be a huge piece of that.
Well, and it's been interesting, Coach. We've talked about
Great look from Sweetline.
Potts gets the layup in transition. But, Coach, we talk about how, NJC has this big lineup, and Western Wyoming now is going small, and it's paying dividends for them.
Yeah, it really is great to see. Look at this game right now. We got kids flying around. It means a lot to these guys, Coach. This is so fun.
Strauss with a deep 3 ball. Looks a little bit flat, little short. Defensive rebounds coming to Sweeney Spitzek, and NJC looks to clear the other direction. 3 ball by Binzis is off the backboard and out, but an offensive rebound there by Potts.
Yep. Good look inside there for Westerdyke.
Westerdyke spins, and Van Dyke with a good double. The 3 ball there by Potts is short, and it's out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Western Wyoming. And, Coach, you look at these two teams, and granted, NJC ranked 19th in the country. If they were to lose this game, there's going to be a chance. They're going to probably be on the bubble to make the national tournament as an at-large. But Region 9 traditionally has not gotten a ton of looks in one of those at-large bids. And so really all 4 of these teams that are left playing really need to win this tournament in order to solidify that chance at the Region 9 or at the national tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen some really good basketball here the last few days. I think, any of these 4 teams that are left could go on a little run at the big tournament.
Ekstrom gets her first free throw to go. She comes in at 87%. These 3 guards especially, Strauss at 84, Ekstrom at 87, and Eddie at 84. I tell you what, if they get to the free throw line more often than not, it's going in. And Andy Van Dyke gets checked out. Ashley Christensen checks back in. But as a Western Wyoming fan, you've got to be pleased with the way that Van Dyke played and the energy that she brought to this team.
Absolutely. Here's another steal from their full court press. Coach gets a timeout. Nice.
Eddie with the steal. She tried to make a pass into the middle. It got stolen, and then a little bit of a scramble for the ball, and Coach Padilla knows how important every single possession is when you're trailing by 19 points. He gets a timeout. We'll see what he can draw up coming out of the break.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better start to the second. Oh, are we going to?
No, I think we're going to stay with it. Continue, Coach.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you could have asked for a better start to the second half for Western. They're forcing NJC into turnovers, but more importantly, they're able to score without the clock running. They're at the free throw line over and over again. About half of their points have come just at the free throw line, and then get it done with just the different group of kids it's in is really fun to see right now.
Well, that's what Western Wyoming does. I mean, they get to the free throw line, and then they make you pay from the free throw line. Again, the second best free throw shooting team in the country, as now they've got an opportunity. They cut a 23-point halftime deficit down to 19. They've got the ball right here. Let's see if they can put something together here as Bloom rolls through the backside. Eddie catches it at the top of the key, and Western's going to initiate. Sweeney Spitzek just so good with her lateral quickness defensively. has really done a great job on Sierra Eddy.
Yeah, I don't know how much baseball she played in her life, but she definitely could have stolen second often.
Katie Strauss with the 15-foot pull-up jump shot, and it is down to 17, the closest that it's been so far here in the second half. And Westerdyke's going to get called for a traveling violation.
Speed them up into another turnover.
(51-34), just under 3 minutes to play here. Quarterfinal number 1 of the NJCAA Women's National Tournament.
I think this is the time for NJC for them to really get refocused. I think it was pretty easy going into that locker room and just kind of thinking about what the next one might have been. Time for them to get refocused here, Coach.
Ekstrom comes off the ball screen. She's looking for the flare. Christensen drives it. Now back to Strauss, and Strauss has played very well here in the second half as she's looking to get to that strong left hand. The behind-the-back dribble is shut down by Potts. Christensen looks to drive it. She loses it off of her knee. Tries to find Eddy on a pass, and the ball bounces out of bounds. Bjornstead going to check back in for Western Wyoming. Now she's going to replace Christensen. Coach Padilla trying to find that fifth player to kind of complete this group. Again, the 4 players yesterday that all scored double figures. But again, only 5 players scored the basketball for Western Wyoming yesterday. The 4 that are on the floor, and then Bjornstead, the 5th that's on the floor with them right now. NJC,
great take by Sweetwine. Yep.
Sweetwine with a great take there, a little head and shoulders fake that left Bloom waiting at the free throw line, and Sweetwine gets her 7th point of the game, her first basket of the second half.
Yeah, Coach Anderson, he's listening. He would have called that a little hezzy hay, Coach.
Eddy's 3 ball is long, and again, Sierra Eddy, 10 points in the first half, just 1 so far here in the second half, and Sweeney Spitzek done a very nice job defensively on her. Coach just raved about her defensive effort yesterday and just her ability to play a complete game, as she is such a good scorer, but also does it on the defensive end. Fake by Sweeney Spitzek around to Potts and back to Sweetwine inside to Westerdyke.
Good double on Westerdyke there.
And you can tell a more concerted effort here by Coach Moton. After they turn the ball over a few times, they get some bad shots. They're really trying to throw the ball inside as they miss a 3-point shot there. But with Westerdyke on the floor, they really want to try to get her touches in the post.
Yeah, absolutely. And they did get what they wanted until Western got that double down there. Great, great rotation there by Western Wyoming.
When you talk about the adjustments in a game, right? Coach Moton wanted to try to throw the ball into Westerdyke. She scores 9 points in the first half. Coach Padilla makes the adjustment to make the double team now, and it seems to have taken them out of their game a little bit. Bjornsted's 3 ball from the top of the key. No good. Defensive rebound by Sweetwine. Sweeney Spitzek looking to avoid traffic, and we're going to get a 10-second violation here against the Lady Plainsmen.
Great job from everybody there, especially Tam Bloom at the top of that. Again, just her length and her athleticism, Coach, is just so tough.
Well, and again, the 4 players on the floor right now that all played over 35 minutes, and you said it at halftime, they needed to. This 20 minutes right here, this might be the last 20 minutes of their season, and so there's no getting tired at this point. You're going to play.
Yeah, you're going to play. You're going to play. You're going to put it all out there. All the other coaching cliches that you'd like to mention right now can fit in here.
They go inside to the post of Bloom. Ooh. Bloom kicks it back out, and they're going to call a foul on Binzis for getting a little bit too aggressive there in the post. Binzis picks up her 3rd foul. The Mustangs in double bonus now as Bloom's going to head to the free throw line. In the first half, she was 6 of 8 from the free throw line, as she's now getting opportunities 9 and 10.
Yeah, she shot she shot most of their free throws, I think, in the first half, didn't she?
First one is up and good for Bloom.
And here they are again, scoring points without the clock running.
Lead cut down to 18 now. Second free throw up, and it misses off the back end, and Binzis with the defensive rebound for the Plainsmen.
And obviously, NJC's still a great team. Obviously, it just feels like the momentum here has changed a little bit, with Western Wyoming really getting after it on the defensive end.
Another NJC turnover leads to Bloom driving it. She spins back to the middle, step through with the left hand. It's up, and she is fouled. This time it's Potts that commits the foul. Potts' 2nd foul again. The Mustangs in double bonus, and Tam Bloom heads back to the free throw line for 2 more.
She's so dangerous, that step through, isn't she?
It's tough.
It is.
Well, she's so athletic, and she does such a good job with her body control that she can start heading one way and just stop on a dime and spin it back the other way.
You know, the middle of the floor on that press breaker has been open, but it's been hard to see it because the ball pressure has been there every time.
Second free throw is up and good by Bloom, and she now has 9 points, all from the free throw line. As again, this Western Wyoming press continues to cause problems. Sweetwine now catches it, and they've broken the press. About a 10-second differential between shot and game clock, but even there, Westerdyke catches, and the pressure continues to cause problems even in the half court. Binzis fires the three ball, and it is pure. Bianca Binzis with her first field goal of the second half. She's got 5 points on the game and opens this thing back up to a 19-point lead. Just under 10 seconds to go here. Ekstrom refuses the screen. Back to Ekstrom in the corner. The three ball by Ekstrom is no good. It's long, and it's going to be the end of the third quarter. Western Wyoming did everything they could to kind of chop back into this thing. They got it down to as many as 17, but it is now back up to a 19-point lead for NJC here in semifinal number 1 of the Region 9 championship from Casper College on the Casper College Network.
I want them to know that they'll be accepted. There's a lot of opportunities here, and there'll be a lot of one-on-one with the teacher. You'll get a lot more personal experience, and there's a lot of opportunities through Casper College, not just with getting a degree, but also like outside work and extracurricular stuff. One thing I would like Casper College or future Casper College students to know is you get in what you put out. If you come here and you just want to stay under the radar, you definitely can do that. But if you want to gain experience and learn not only inside the classroom but outside, if you talk to the instructors and just...
Welcome back, fans. Quarter number 4 about to start here from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium on the beautiful campus at Casper College. Semifinal number 1 of the NJCAA Region 9 basketball tournament between Western Wyoming and NJC. The winner of this game will take on the winner of our nightcap tonight, 7 o'clock, between the Rattlers from Otero and Casper College. That game scheduled to start here about 7 o'clock on this same Casper College network. Jack Noakes will be on the call. You do not want to miss that one, as it should be a very high-quality basketball game. Potts with the 18-footer that misses long. Scramble for the defensive rebound is going to be a jump ball, and it's going to belong to the Mustangs. Sanea Martinez checks back in for the first time since she picked up her 4th foul early on in the second half.
Yeah, Coach, you talked about what a fun third quarter there. You talked about this being a little bit like a boxing match to start the game. You know, first and second quarters, I think the card goes to NJC for sure, and definitely there the Mustangs able to bring back some of that momentum in the third quarter. I'm excited for this 4th. Great take by Ruby. Great
Sweeney
skill.
Spitzek with the bucket and the harm. Basket is going to count. Foul's going to go on Eddie. It's going to be her second foul, team's first of the fourth quarter. Sweeney Spitzek now with 6 points on the game and an opportunity here to make it 7 as Van Dyke checks back in for Western Wyoming to see if she can bring some of that energy that kind of helped them cut into the lead here in the middle of the third quarter.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Western get back into their 1-3-1 again. You know, they started in that man at the beginning. See if they stick with that.
Lead back to 22 now for the Plainsmen. Strauss is going to fire a 3-ball, and it is pure. Katie Strauss has played very well so far in this basketball game. She's up to 16 points for the Mustangs and another steal and turnover. Strauss thought about firing another one, and honestly, I wouldn't have blamed her. Instead, she decides to try to drive it in, kicks it back out to Eddie. Eddie fires the 3-ball. It's off right, but Bloom crashing hard for a rebound, and we're going to get a jump ball that is going to head to the Lady Plainsmen.
Boy, I tell you, this Western team, when they're feeling it and they're able to catch and shoot in rhythm, and those shots look good. They're dangerous.
They play hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Coach Moton not very happy, thought there was a foul there. Probably a lot of contact, but you can't blame Tam Bloom for playing hard.
Great job finding the middle there by Martinez.
Sweeney Spitzak going to drive it in again. She is such a capable shooter that it makes you have to go out, and she uses that head and shoulder fake, especially while she's bouncing it, as well as anybody that we've seen here. Yeah,
she settled for a couple deep ones in the third quarter there. It's good to see her getting downhill and getting to the rim again.
Foul's going to go on Sierra Eddy. It's going to be her third. the team's second for Western Wyoming. Certainly probably the last. I'm sorry, they gave that to Strauss, it looks like. Strauss is second.
There's another deflection.
Obviously, hindsight being what it is, but, you know, do you think that Coach Padilla may be kicking himself a little bit for not coming out in the 1-3-1?
I don't know. Like you said, tough second guessing it. You just don't know what you're going to get. They played so well yesterday, being able to mix back and forth. But yeah, they seem like they're really giving them some havoc in the 1-3-1. I would expect, you know, out of a timeout, there's probably going to be another defensive change here. You know, we'll probably see them in maybe that trapping 1-2-2 this next possession. I don't think they're going to go back to man. It didn't seem like that was working too well for them in the first half.
We've got a timeout on the floor here. We will be back right away here from the Casper College Network.
One thing I would like Casper College or future Casper College students to know is you get in what you put out. If you come here and you just want to stay under the radar, you definitely can do that. But if you want to gain experience and learn not only inside the classroom but outside, if you talk to the instructors and just put in that little bit of extra.
We are back, fans, after a quick timeout here. Sweet Erickson Gymnasium, game number 1 of the semifinals of the Region 9 tournament. Winner of this tournament will head to the national tournament that will start a week from Tuesday right here in Casper, Wyoming from the Ford Event Center. Great opportunity for the city of Casper to be able to host this tournament. I know a lot of people are really excited about this. Ball will belong first to the Lady Plainsmen as they were able to get the timeout after the scramble. 19-point lead for the Lady Plainsmen, just under 9 minutes left here to go in the fourth quarter. Winner of this game will take on the winner of our nightcap tonight, Otero versus Casper College. That game scheduled to tip here in about 35 minutes.
Got their little 1-2-2, looks like, coming here, Coach. Expect trapping on the sides here.
Just 2 seconds left on the shot clock here. 3 ball by Binzes from the corner is no good, but an offensive rebound there by Sweeney Spitzek. She's up with the left and no good. Martinez with the offensive rebound. It's no good. Westerdyke with another offensive rebound, and they're going to reset. Sweetwine's going to fire a 3 ball. It's no good. And finally, Tam Bloom with the defensive rebound for the Lady Mustangs.
Great read by Sweetwine. Just back playing like she's a free safety in football. Just reading that the whole way.
And you can't blame Bloom for the pass. I mean, they're trying to get out and go here. They've got to score a lot of points in a hurry.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what they have left in the tank after a really tough game yesterday. Another one today.
Strauss going to fire a 3 ball. It's a little bit flat and short.
Oh.
Sweetwine with the save that hit Westerdyke in the face and then bounced back to Ekstrom. Eddie's going to fire the 3 ball. It's pure. And Sierra Eddy just with 4 points here in the second half. But she now has 14 on the game, and she has cut the lead down to 16. And again, this is as close as it's been so far in the second half. They got it down to 18 in the third quarter, but now down to 16. They still need to string a couple of stops together.
Yeah, and you see it looks like, you know, the two bigs in Winfrey and Williams getting ready to come back in. Looks like going to be a change of pace here a little bit for NJC on offense.
Another NJC turnover as Bloom's got it in the front court. She's going to try to get downhill. Looks to make that step through. A great diagonal pass to Andy Van Dyke as she is fouled on the way up. And again, Western Wyoming playing with a lot of energy right now.
Great vision by Tam to get to her, get into her bag, get to her move that she loves, and then just make that pass inside.
Ball's going to go on Sweeney Spitzek. It's going to be her third, the team's first of the second half. Andy Van Dyke to the free throw line to shoot a pair here. And again, a player that has come in, only played 7 minutes last night, but has brought great energy so far for the Mustangs in the second half.
And there's another one. Man, they're shooting the ball well from the free throw line, as we expected. But they're just really chipping away with the clock stopped.
Van Dyke 81% from the free throw line as she gets both of those to fall.
Yeah, they'll be looking for Winfrey here in the middle, I'm assuming.
And Van Dyke gets a foot on it. 14-point lead here for NJC. Just over 7 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. And again, a game that saw NJC lead by 23 points at the half. The lead has been cut down to 14. Western Wyoming getting a lot of energy from Andy Van Dyke off the bench, but also the players that are sitting on the bench, bringing a lot of energy, really helping this team to continue to storm this comeback.
Good entry inside out.
And another touch by Western Wyoming.
Pass. Yep.
Shot clock down to 16 as Sweetwine looks to inbounds for the Plainsmen. You got to think there was a point where Coach Moton was thinking, well, we're going to be able to play some subs like they did yesterday, but that has not been the case. Western Wyoming has been up to the task so far here in this second half.
Low on the shot clock. We'll see if Martinez can get something up here.
She's going to fire a deep two that misses off the short rim.
And Western's out and running again.
Rebound.
Rim runner from Andy Van Dyke.
Eddie's going to fire the 3 ball, and it is pure. We've got ourselves a basketball game, Coach. The lead is down to 11 here. Western Wyoming storming back.
And like we talked about, it's all been on the defensive end, rebounds and turnovers. And there's another one for Martinez trying to find Williams inside.
Coach Moton with just 1 timeout remaining. Looks like he's going to keep that in his pocket. He's trying to get the kids to calm down. He's got all 5 of his starters on the floor, but it just this momentum right now has been tough to match. Eddie's going to the lane. She's up with the right hand and misses it just short. She had a great look at it there that would have cut it down to single digits.
Good pass there from Sweet Wine to Martinez in transition.
Martinez with her first basket of the second half, and the lead opens back up to 13. Bloom's going to fire a 3 ball. Misses just short, and Sweeney Spitzek with the defensive rebound. And you got to keep thinking, Coach, at some point these legs are going to start to get a little bit more tired for the Mustangs.
You know, if you're the Plainsmen, you're thinking shorten up some of these passes, really pound the ball inside if we can, try to find the middle, work the zone. But, man, Western is just doing such a good job with ball pressure and forcing them into long passes.
Foul's going to go on Bloom. It's going to be her second.
Screen the screener here for
team's
Winfrey coming back.
And it's Williams who catches back out to Sweeney Spitzek for a 15-footer who misses short. Long rebound. Strauss is there, grabs it, and she saves it to Bloom. And Western Wyoming back out on the run. We talked a little bit yesterday, Coach, about that mentality of cutting this thing down to single digits as Sierra Eddy buries another 3-pointer. She's got 3 threes here in the second half, 5 in the game, and the lead is cut down to 10, and almost another turnover.
Backside block. Martinez is going to go all the way.
She misses the layup, and we're going to get a blocking call against Strauss. Looked like Strauss went down a little bit too quickly, and I think that's what they got with the block. And it's going to send Sanea Martinez with the free throw line for 2 shots with 5.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Sanea Martinez, the 5'8" sophomore from Greeley, Colorado, comes in shooting 73.5% on the season. Hits the first one. Martinez up to 11 points now for the Plainsmen, and the second one is up, and it misses off the right iron, and Tam Bloom with the defensive rebound. Ekstrom to initiate here for Western Wyoming. Eddy comes off. She's going to fire another 3 ball, and it is pure. Sierra Eddy with her 6th 3-point shot of the game. She has 23 points for the Lady Mustangs, and for the first time since the middle of the first quarter, we are down to single digits.
Yep, and there's another touch. Here comes NJC right now. Let's see if they can get things under control.
62-54 is the NJC lead. Again, a 23-point advantage at halftime, now cut down to 8 in the Plainsmen's favor. Martinez loses control, stumbles with it, kicks it back out. Sweetwine with 3 on the shot clock. She's going to look to get all the way, and the seas just kind of parted for her there. As she gets her basket, she now has 9 points on the game and opens the lead back up to double figures.
She's so tough when she can just rock and get downhill so hard and finish at the rim. Great
Bloom
steal
turns
there.
it over.
Yep.
And it'll be Sweeney Spitzek here. As the trap comes, they throw it inside to Williams. Williams looking to make her move. She spins to her left shoulder, and she's a basket. It's just a huge mismatch in there as Ekstrom was behind her.
And they've been waiting for that since they subbed those 2 in, 2 minutes ago.
Williams with 11 points now for the Lady Plainsmen. Van Dyke's going to pull an 18-footer. She misses short. And Winfrey with the defensive rebound as she looks to outlet into Sweeney Spitzek. 12-point lead here, 4 minutes to go from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Otero and Casper College. The nightcap game scheduled to tip at 7 o'clock tonight here from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium.
Another touch pass.
And a steal
Looks
by
like
Strauss.
Yep.
Bloom looking to go the other way. She's going to drop it off. Strauss is
Wide
open for a
Strauss.
3 ball, and she's going to bury it.
Not the kid to leave open probably there.
Strauss, that's a layup for her when she's that open, and she now has 19 points. Sierra Eddy with 23 points. The lead cut down to 9, 3.5 minutes to go here from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium. Fans, you do not want to leave right now. You want to make sure and stay and stick around and catch the end of this game on the Casper College Network.
Here, Casper College, we can't miss.
Hold on, mate. I can do better.
All right, show me.
We're back, fans. Sweet Erickson Gymnasium, Northeastern Junior College with a 66-57 lead over Western Wyoming. Coach, talk about what you were just telling me about what these two coaches are saying in the huddle.
Yeah, I mean, Western's been living on the three this whole season. They've been shooting it well here now. Coach Moton's probably talking about really closing hard. And so if I'm Coach Padilla, I'm thinking on these long closeouts, we're going to see drives. We're going to see long closeouts into driving kicks.
Well, and you got to remember, right, when you cut this thing down to a 9-point lead, 3-pointers are great, but 2-pointers are just as good, right? You're just trying to chip away.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in the way that they've been shooting at the free throw line, you can get some contact. It's going to be a 3-point play anyway.
Foul's going to go on Bloom. It's going to be her third foul. They waved off the shot, but she's shooting free throws because they are in the double bonus here. It's the first free throw by Sweetwine that's up and good.
And they got a couple players with 3 fouls, but I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Padilla goes to gets into fouling a little bit early here if this thing climbs back up.
Sweetwine matches and surpasses her scoring total from last night. Now has 11 for the Lady Plainsmen and opens it back up to double figures here. Bloom looking to drive it to her left. She goes up and she's going to be fouled. This foul is going to go on Winfrey. It's going to be Winfrey's third, the team's second in the half, but it's going to send Bloom to the free throw line. And, Coach, I know you've said it a bunch tonight, and so I'm going to say it this time. Western Wyoming with an opportunity to score points while the clock stopped.
Yeah, exactly. This has been the tail of the tape in the second half. We've talked about it before, but, yeah, just the defense, getting those defensive rebounds, getting our free throws on the other end.
Bloom now with 10 points, all from the free throw line, 10 of 13 from the free throw line. She has not made a field goal yet, but certainly contributing in different ways as the second free throw is up. And it misses the back iron. Sierra Eddy tips it. Tam Bloom with the defensive rebound. We've got a jump ball on the floor, but it's going to stay with the Mustangs here. 10-point disadvantage and opportunity to cut this thing down to single digits.
You know, we talked about how many minutes these girls from Western played yesterday, thinking that was going to affect their legs. It kind of looks like NJC is the one that's a little bit gassed here right now. It looks like Western with a little bit of fire.
Well, do you think Coach Moton will make the move? He's got a couple of bench players that have played very, very well so far as Bloom fires a deep three, and it is pure. The lead is down to 7. Bloom, right on cue, gets her first field goal of the game. She now has 13 points for the Lady Mustangs. As NJC this time able to break the press successfully as Martinez has it on the wing. Just under 3 minutes to go here from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium. 68-61 lead here for NJC. The 1-3-1 defense being applied by Western Wyoming. We're going to get a traveling violation on Sweeney Spitzek. Sweeney Spitzek felt like she got fouled, but it's going to belong to the Mustangs and now a 7-point game. Ekstrom to initiate the offense here for Western Wyoming. Bloom's going to fire another 3-ball, and it hit every piece of the rim that it possibly could have before bouncing out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Lady Plainsmen.
Another great look for Western, and they're going to get right back into their presser and see if they can get them into a long pass and see if they can get a deflection.
Sweetwine on the backside of this as she looks to dribble up and attack. She's going to dribble ahead and kick it ahead to Martinez. Martinez dribbles through the defense, and NJC content with now running a little bit of offense here. Sweeney Spitzek goes inside, backside to Sweetwine. Sweetwine dribbles through, looks to make a dump off to Winfrey. Winfrey is fouled on the way down. It's going to go on Bloom, and it's going to be Bloom's 4th.
Yeah, great attack again from Sweetwine, getting 2 defenders drawn to her. She tries to get the ball inside, and they're going to shoot some free throws here themselves.
NJC in the double bonus now, but Winfrey comes in 52.5% from the free throw line. She has 7 points on the game so far, but not a great free throw shooter. She's 1 of 2 from the stripe so far today. First one is up, and she misses it short. Coach Motown looking like he's going to maybe go some offense-defense here and get Westerdyke in to play defense in Winfrey's place. Second free throw from Winfrey is pure. She now has 8 points in the game. Opens the lead back up to 8. Westerdyke in defensively.
Yeah, we're going to see some offense-defense, or are we going to see Westerdyke close this out?
And that's a great question. Just over 2 minutes to go here from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium semifinal number 1 of the Region 9 championship game. Eddie looking to drive it, kicks it back to Ekstrom. Ekstrom with the shot fake. She's going. Looked like some contact there, but the shot is up and no good. Defensive rebound by Sweeney Spitzek. And NJC again going to have to try to stumble through this press. A bad pass stolen by Bloom. Bloom ahead to Van Dyke. Van Dyke tries to throw it to Eddie on the backside, but it is turned over. Sweetwine on the run out the other way. Sweetwine on a ball that is kicked by Strauss. And NJC will have possession of the basketball with a baseline out of bounds, leading by 8 points. Minute and a half left to go.
Great effort again by Andy Van Dyke in the top of that press. Tam with the steal. And then immediate turnover again. What a fun game.
Regardless of the outcome of this game, a heck of an effort defensively from Western Wyoming to battle their way back in. Again, a 23-point deficit at halftime. They have cut down to 8. It's been as close as 7, but it is currently at 8. A jump ball here is going to stay with NJC, and the shot clock down to 11 here. Ball inbounded to Westerdyke. She looks to make a move. She's going to go with that little right-handed baby hook, and it is good. Westerdyke's first basket of the second half. She had 9 in the first half, up to 11 total. Eddie's going to drive it. The floater is up, and it is good.
Great little floater from Eddie there.
Sierra Eddy now with 25 points on the game for the Mustangs. Coach Padilla going to call a quick timeout. 1:05 left to go here. Coach, it's a full timeout, but we're going to stay and we're going to chat about this thing. First off, let's talk about the team that's trailing Western Wyoming. This 1-2-2 or 1-2-1-1 full court press caused a lot of problems for NJC. Do you expect Coach Padilla to stay in it?
Absolutely. I mean, keep Andy Van Dyke in the top of that thing. Keep Tam flying around back behind it. They're getting great looks there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some fouling here a little bit, try to stop the clock a little bit. But man, they are flying around.
Well, and on the other side for the Plainsman, Coach Motown, what is his message in the huddle right now?
Take care of the ball. We got to shorten passes. We got to come to the ball. Well, we're trying to close this thing out. We're trying to take the air out of the ball here. Don't force anything here. Let them foul you. Take care of things on the line.
8-point game. Are you fouling in the backcourt here? Are you waiting until they get to half court and then looking to foul? Are you looking for a certain player that you want to foul?
Yeah, I'm fouling in the backcourt right now. Yeah, I'm absolutely fouling in the backcourt
well, you're looking
right now.
For NJC, the lineup that they have in right now, Sweetwine 76% from the free throw line, Martinez 74%, Sweeney Spitzek at 80. She's certainly one that you do not want to foul. Aaron Williams comes in 58%, Westerdyke at 50%. And so you got to think that one of those two bigs between Williams and Westerdyke is the one that you would prefer, but certainly Sweeney Spitzek is not the one that you want if she shoots it at 80%.
Yeah, absolutely not. And I don't think my message is foul. They've gotten so many touches on the ball. I'd say just be real aggressive here, try to get this touch.
Van Dyke here at the top of this thing as the inbounds goes to Sweetwine. Sweetwine back to Sweeney Spitzek in the middle. She's going to look to dribble it across. As she looks to attack now, beats it. Martinez has got it now on the wing with under a minute to play here from Sweet Erickson Gymnasium. Westerdyke catches. She goes to her left shoulder, right-handed flip up, and it is good. And Westerdyke has been a great substitution here over the last minute and a half for Coach Motown, both on the defensive end and on the offensive end.
Great job there by the Plainsmen, breaking that press, making the extra pass, skipping ahead and getting an easy one.
Well, Westerdyke picks up a foul there just as I'm preaching her praising her name on the defensive end. She picks up a foul that probably was not advised, and I can't imagine that Coach Motown is too terribly happy about that, as it's going to send Bloom to the free throw line with an opportunity to shoot 3 with the clock stopped. First free throw is up and good. Bloom now 14 points on the game for the Mustangs. Her second free throw is up, and it is good as well. 12 of 15 from the line for Bloom so far tonight. And now 13 of 16. As the lead is cut down to 7 again. Western Wyoming with the pressure. Martinez is able to break it here. And they're going to get Van Dyke with the foul on Martinez. Martinez comes in a 73.5% free throw shooter. She's hit 2 of the 3 that she has taken so far tonight. 12 points last night for Martinez, the 5'8" sophomore guard from Greeley, Colorado, as the first one is up, and it is good.
Yeah, great free throw there by Martinez, finishing this thing out.
12 points now for Martinez as her second free throw is up, and it is also good. Opens it back up to a 9-point lead, 35 seconds to go here. Sierra Eddy looks to use a ball screen. She's going to fire another 3 ball. This one is long and left. Martinez with the defensive rebound, and she is fouled by Van Dyke. And after a heck of an effort by the Mustangs from Western Wyoming, it looks like it is going to come up just short.
Yeah, great second half effort from Western Wyoming. NJC was such a good second quarter there. And, yeah, they're doing everything they need to here at the end to finish this.
Martinez's first free throw is up, and it is off to the left. Second free throw with an opportunity to extend this back into double digits is up, and it is good. Martinez now with 13 points on the game. The lead is 10 with 25 seconds left to play. Ekstrom dribble handoff to Eddy. Eddy around to Van Dyke, to Bloom. Bloom looking to get downhill. She's going to drive it to her left hand. Shot is up and no good. Westerdyke with the rebound as she scrambles to the floor. We're going to get a traveling violation on Westerdyke, and it's going to stay with the Mustangs. Just under 10 seconds to go and a 10-point deficit.
Coach Padilla's got to be so pleased. I mean, you don't like losing here, but man, they just played so hard.
A team that has showed a ton of heart, ton of effort. Couple of players missing this season, 2 starters from last year that are on the bench injured right now that I'm sure that he wishes were playing. I'm sure that they were wishing that they were out there as well for the Lady Mustangs. And unfortunately, their season is going to come to an end here at the hands of the Plainsmen from NJC. For NJC, they are moving on to a championship game here in Casper, Wyoming tomorrow, 4 o'clock against the winner of our nightcap between Otero and Casper College. As Sweeney Spitzek's first free throw is up, and it is good.
And great job by the Lady Plainsmen of just weathering the storm. You know, it's a long game, and they live through a lot of that stuff and are able to finish up this thing well.
Well, Coach, you know that the saying here, and the saying always, especially in March, you survive in advance, right? And that's got to be Coach Moton's approach here. They played very well in the first half. They didn't play very well in the second half, but they survived. And they advance to the championship game tomorrow night.
Yeah, win's a win. I think there's a lot to build on here. I think there's some things to maybe go back and clean up. But another great victory here by NJC.
78-66 Northeastern Junior College over Western Wyoming. Northeastern advances to the final tomorrow here. Sweet Erickson Gymnasium at 4 o'clock. They will take on the winner of the nightcap tonight between Otero and Casper College. Fans, remember, stick around here in about 20 minutes. We're going to have the tip for the Casper College and Otero game. Jack Noak's going to be on the call for it. We expect another phenomenal basketball game here, and make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 4 o'clock, for the championship. From Sweet Erickson Gymnasium, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to trade out the headsets, and Jack's going to come on here and take you home with the nightcap. From Sweet Erickson Gymnasium, NJC 77, Western Wyoming 67. Thanks for joining us.